Hey there, YouTube. Back at it again with the motovlogging. Today, I got a request from a friend of mine who wanted me to talk about the pros and the cons of riding a motorcycle. So, we're going to go over that. Just warm this thing up a little bit. It seems pretty snappy at the moment. That's the thing about these old Evos. You have to warm them up or you will blow your base gaskets. So, without further ado, let's get started. I think the pros of riding a motorcycle are considerably more powerful than the cons. So why don't we start with the negatives and then we'll go into the positives so we can end on a happy note, because I feel like everybody should ride. I think riding is awesome, so I'm gonna do that. And he got here first, so alright. So, cons of riding motorcycles. Well, there's everybody knows, it's all too common, they're inherently dangerous. You can lose your life. You can get hurt. And dumping a bike can get kind of expensive. And we all know that. That's not news. Get up to speed here. And this is why I chose to ride the bike. Because this is just going to get worse. Another con of riding motorcycles, you're exposed to the elements. Whether it's a hot day, cold day, you know, you can get a windshield, you can wear gear, you can wear a jacket and whatnot. And those help. But in the end of the day, well, whether it's the end of the day or the middle of the day, you got you and you got whatever the weather's doing. That's it. Another con is you have to be really on top of your maintenance. And you have to keep an eye on your tires, you have to keep an eye on your chain. Well, this thing is a belt drive, so it doesn't have a chain. Those are almost as maintenance free as having a shaft. And pros of riding motorcycles. You can lane split. At least in California you can. And that's a big deal to me. Because traffic is for people who sit in traffic. They're actually quite economical for the most part, until you start getting into leader bikes. Those things get about, you know, you get in a leader bike, you should be looking to pay about the same as what you'd be paying for a car. They get about the same gas mileage, except they're a whole lot more fun. Parking is a big one. It doesn't take anything to park a bike. You don't need nearly as much space. You can squeeze it anywhere. You can even go to places like the shopping center. Park your bike right in front of the store on the sidewalk. Nobody's ever said anything to me about it. I don't know if it's actually allowed, but I do it, and nobody gives me any crap for it. And I think the most important pro of riding a motorcycle, I'll just say, riding motorcycles does something for me emotionally. And it's difficult to describe, but it falls under, you know, I get on anything. It doesn't really matter what it is. It could be a sports bike, it could be a cruiser, it could be a Honda Rebel 250 for all I care. But I get on this thing and I get this feeling of like, yeah, life is good, you know. Through here. This is a little dangerous, and moto vlogging and lane splitting, usually not a very good combination. So I don't have any stress on this thing. I'm not worried about tomorrow. I'm not worried about yesterday. I'm right here, I'm right now, and that's all I need. When I ride this thing, it makes me happy. And if you ask me, that's enough to turn any tables. risk my life, get beat by the sun, turn into a human icicle, but it sets my spirit free. And that's why I do this. Even though people drive like idiots. So those are the major points. Insurance is usually cheaper because there's a lot of metric cruisers that take advantage of less CCs. This thing's a 1340. It's a cruiser, but it puts out about the same numbers as a comparable 750 in the Asian market. My first bike was a Honda Shadow 700, and I tried to blow it up, and I couldn't. I put some really abusive miles on it. It didn't care. And that thing cost me like $25 a month through Progressive. Are you gonna let me in? Thank you. So this it's a bit more expensive, but not huge. Now, especially now that I'm older. When I had my Shadow, I was 19. And insurance just was generally expensive. Now I'm 26 and it's a lot better. Anyway, rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you like. And if you liked it, give me a thumbs up. And if you feel like giving me a thumbs down, all I ask is you post a comment down below and let me know why. Thanks, guys. I'll catch you next time.